Hey parents, I'm Jimmy Sullivan, Rutherford County Director of Schools. Today we're here to provide a little bit more information about the concept maps that we released about rezoning earlier this week. I'm here at Riverdale High School, and at Riverdale we have what we have as a common occurrence at many of our buildings. We have portable classrooms. Portable classrooms have been a reality in this district for decades. I was educated in a portable classroom. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but they are a common occurrence at our buildings. This rezoning plan hopes to try to address some of the available seats that we have in our district. So let's first talk about why are we looking at doing this district-wide rezone. Back in 2005, our district had just under 31,000 students. As of August of 2023, we are sitting at 50,800. Almost a 20,000 student increase in just under 18 or 19 years. So what does that average out to? That averages out to just over 1,000 students that we are adding each year. Unfortunately, we're not able to build a building every single year. Along the way, over the past 18 to 20 years, our county commissioners and our funding body has been great about approving additions and new buildings, but that's left us with some cookie cutter zones. And so we're looking at, for the first time, going back and doing a district-wide rezone of our entire school system. Why are we looking to do that? One, we have a very aggressive 5-year plan. Almost $750 million to try to make sure that we have seats available for all of our students. But before we do that, we have to make sure we're using the resources that have already been given to us as a county. Looking at this rezoning maps, you're probably noticing some situations where you may have to drive a little bit further from where your current school is to a new school. In developing these concepts, we weren't trying to find neighborhood schools. I wish we could do neighborhood schools. Instead, we were trying to look at available seats and resources across our county to make sure as many students as possible were in buildings and not in portable classrooms. Is getting rid of portable classrooms a reality with this zoning proposal? No, it's not. We are still growing way too fast. However, we want to make sure that we remove as many students as possible from our portables and put them in true brick and mortar buildings. I want to address a couple common misconceptions that we've already heard about with the rezone. One, how come you continue to approve new developments around our schools? The Rutherford County School Board and school system is in no way connected to developments or new neighborhoods being built. Instead, our connection goes that we are charged and required to educate every student that lives in Rutherford County, no matter where they happen to live. That has a unique challenge for us as a school system. We realize that we may have neighborhoods that have been zoned for a particular school for decades. Unfortunately, with new developments, we may have to shift those zones around, and that's what this rezoning concept map is truly trying to look at, is how can we avoid doing that every year or 2 years and try to have a settled plan. The next thing we wanted to talk about was, we mentioned our $750 million 5-year plan. Our county commission has a huge task, and we're in partnership with them in making sure that we can fund new buildings. Unfortunately, as you've heard, growth doesn't pay for itself. A simple example, an average student brings in about $10,000. If we are adding 1,200 students a year, in 1 year we're averaging a growth of about $12 million. A new elementary school costs $60 million. In 1 year, you'll already see how we're unfortunately about $48 million behind. With our revenue, we have property taxes, sales tax, and that's truly what it comes down to. So to avoid making sure we have extra burden on our taxpayers, we're looking to add available seats and make sure we can use those. The last part of this plan is we are trying to develop this system so that we can know where new buildings need to go as we move forward. We invite you to our public input sessions on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this coming week. Monday at Laverne High School at 6:30, Tuesday at Stewart's Creek High School, and then Wednesday at Siegel High School. We've also had some comments about our maps. We'll be releasing maps that will be a little bit easier to zoom in. There's not going to be an address search right now until we get a little bit further in this process. We do envision making changes, and that's why we want public input. As we get a little bit more finalized of a plan, we'll try to make sure we get that address function added. Again, please don't hesitate to reach out. We look forward to seeing you if you need it at our public input sessions.